From translation, TLB, the Living Bible. This 362 day of the year. Today we are reading passages Revelation 9 to 12. Revelation chapter 9, verses 1 to 12. Then the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen to the earth from the sky. And he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. When he opened it, smoke poured out as though from a great furnace, and the sunlight and the air turned black because of the smoke. Then locusts came from the smoke and swarmed upon the earth, and they were given the power to sting like scorpions, and to cause pain for 5 months. But they were told not to harm the grass or the trees or any other plant. They could only attack the people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were not allowed to kill anyone, only to torture them for 5 months with pain like the sting of a scorpion. In those days people will seek death but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. They had gold crowns on their heads, and their faces were like men's faces. They had hair like women's hair, and teeth like lions' teeth. They wore armor like iron breastplates, and their wings made a noise like the rumbling of many horse-drawn chariots. They had tails that strung like scorpions, and with their tails they had the power to hurt people for 5 months. Their king is the angel from the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek he is called Apollyon. The first terror is past, 2 terrors yet to come. Revelation chapter 10, verses 1 to 11. Then I saw another mighty angel coming down from heaven, wrapped in a cloud, with a rainbow above his head. His face shone like the sun, and his legs were like pillars of fire. In his hand he held a little scroll that had been opened. He placed his right foot on the sea and his left foot on the land, and shouted with a voice that shook the earth and sea, just as a lion roars. And when he shouted, the 7 thunders roared in reply. As the 7 thunders spoke, I was about to write what they said, but I heard a voice from heaven saying, "Do not write what the 7 thunders have said. Seal it up and keep it secret." Then the angel I had seen standing on the sea and on the land lifted his right hand toward heaven and swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created the heavens and all that is in them, the earth and all that is in it, and the sea and all that is in it, there will be no more delay. But in the days when the 7th angel is about to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be accomplished, just as he announced to his servants the prophets. Then the voice that I had heard from heaven spoke to me again and said, "Go, take the scroll that is open in the hand of the angel who is standing on the sea and on the land." So I went to the angel and asked him to give me the little scroll. And he said to me, "Take it and eat it. It will turn your stomach sour, but in your mouth it will be as sweet as honey." I took the little scroll from the angel's hand and ate it. It was sweet as honey in my mouth, but when I had eaten it, my stomach turned sour. And then I was told, "You must prophesy again about many peoples, nations, languages, and kings." Revelation chapter 11, verses 1 to 14. Then I was given a reed like a measuring rod and was told, "Go and measure the temple of God and the altar, and count the number of worshippers there. But do not measure the outer courtyard. Leave it out because it has been given to the Gentiles, and they will trample the holy city for 42 months. And I will give power to my 2 witnesses, and they will prophesy for 1260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 lampstands that stand before the Lord of all the earth. If anyone tries to harm them, fire will come from their mouths and devour their enemies. This is how anyone who wants to harm them must die. These men have power to shut up the sky so that it will not rain during the time they are prophesying. And they have power to turn the waters into blood and to strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they wish. Now when they have finished their testimony, the beast that comes up from the abyss will attack them and overpower and kill them. Their bodies will lie in the public square of the great city, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, where their Lord was also crucified. For 3.5 days men from every people, tribe, language, and nation will gaze on their bodies and refuse them burial. And the people of the world will celebrate and give presents to each other, because these 2 prophets had tormented them with all the plagues of the earth. But after the 3.5 days, a breath of life from God entered them, and they stood up on their feet, and terror struck those who saw them. Then they heard a loud voice from heaven saying to them, "Come up here." And they went up to heaven in a cloud, while their enemies watched them. At that moment there was a terrible earthquake, and 1/10 of the city fell, and 7,000 people were killed. The rest were terrified and gave glory to the God of heaven. The 2nd terror is past, the 3rd terror is coming soon. Revelation chapter 12, verses 1 to 18. Then I saw a great and wonderful sign in the sky. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon beneath her feet, and a crown of 12 stars upon her head. She was pregnant, and cried out in the pain and agony of childbirth. Then I saw a great red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. His tail drew 1/3 of the stars from the sky, and flung them to the earth. The dragon stood in front of the woman as she was about to give birth, ready to devour her child the moment he was born. She gave birth to a son who was to rule all nations with an iron scepter. And her child was snatched up to God and to his throne. The woman fled into the wilderness, where God had prepared a place to care for her for 1260 days. Then there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But the dragon was not strong enough, and he lost his place in heaven. The great dragon was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. Then I heard a loud voice shouting in heaven, "Salvation and power and the kingdom of our God, and the authority of his Christ have now come. For the accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, the one who accuses them before our God day and night. They have defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and by their testimony, for they did not love their lives so much as to shrink from death. Rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens. Rejoice, all you saints, all you angels. For the great enemy of God and his people has been thrown down, for he knows that his time is short." When the dragon realized that he had been thrown down to the earth, he pursued the woman who had given birth to the son. Then the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle to fly away from the serpent and into the wilderness, to the place prepared for her, where she would be cared for a time, times, and half a time, out of the serpent's reach. And the serpent spewed water from his mouth like a river to overtake the woman and sweep her away. But the earth helped the woman by opening its mouth and swallowing the river that the dragon had spewed from his mouth. The dragon became furious with the woman and went off to make war on the rest of her children, those who keep God's commandments and remain faithful to their testimony about Jesus.